What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. We're going to be getting ancestor messages for all of my subscribers and all of the new viewers that have recently found this channel. Welcome to Talk Tequila Tarot. We're going to pull from this deck and see together what's coming out for you. Let's see what's coming out for my viewers that found this channel. Ancestor messages. What message do you have for my viewers? Those that are meant to receive this message from their ancestors, their ancestor realm. What message do you have? Okay, so you got trust, and it kind of wanted to come out sideways. Very interesting. Let's see what's at the bottom of your deck. All right, so you have going forward. Okay. All right, so the first message that I'm receiving is you're halfway there. Okay. Something about you are halfway there, halfway out of the halfway house, or halfway out of a situation. You're almost done with something. It doesn't give me like done with a relationship, like you're almost out of this gray area. You're almost out of the storm, okay? Some type of life situation. You're almost there. You're almost creating something. It feels very positive. Because I'm getting this vibe that you are trying something new and you're trying to figure out what works for you. And so it's like you're almost at that sweet spot. I'm hearing like let you cook. That's what I heard. Move forward. It's like you're almost to that sun. You're almost to that heaven. You're almost to your heaven, your nirvana, your sweet spot. And it's like you are trusting the process. Some days you're sure, some days you may not be too sure, but whatever you've been doing lately, just having blind faith, it's like you trust, but you have your moments, you have your doubts, but you keep ignoring those negative thoughts in your own mind that tells you that it's not gonna work. And each day that you choose to ignore those negative thoughts, those doubts that be trying to creep in, the closer that you get to like pure bliss and happiness and joy. Okay, that's what I'm getting for you. All right, let's keep going. I'm gonna try really hard not to knock over my crystal. Okay, but I'm gonna be working with this crystal today to help me receive the messages. More clearly. Okay, Spirit. So they want me to only take the messages that are upright. So that's what we're going to do. Ancestor messages for my viewers on this frequency. Okay, so we have courage. So, okay, I get why they're telling me to turn everything upright, because your life circumstances are tough. You've been dealt a hand that isn't easy. Like your life journey isn't easy. You've gone through things. And in order for you to make it out of hell, essentially, from those experiences, from that karma, from those, you know, generational things or whatever, you have to choose every single day to see your life situation and circumstances from a higher vibration, from a different lens, a different perspective. The moment that you stop believing that better is out there, the moment that you stop imagining and envisioning a better life is the moment that you go back to sleep. It's the moment that you subscribe and you bring yourself back down to a reality that you worked really hard to get out of. Okay? So yes, you can descend if you start to say, I can't do it, I don't have the courage. The moment you start saying what you can't do, you got to become a Mexican. You know, I can do this, I will do this, it's happening for me, I claim it. Your conviction, your proclamation is how you are doing whatever it is that you're doing. So your ancestors want you to know that if you've been asking yourself, is it wrong to use my visions or my imagination to speak or scribe or manifest a better life for myself? And they want you to know that it's a strong no. You have nothing else to go off of. You were dealt a bad hand. So you have to lean into failure to find the silver lining. You are someone on your journey where you have to use the things that are meant to block you, stop you, and allow it to work for you. Okay? And it's only once you're done going through that difficult season that you realize that, wow, it really did happen. So every time you experience a victory in some area of your life, it reinforces your conviction that there is a God, that you are co-creating with the universe, that you have ancestors that are watching, that are listening to you and responding to you along the way. Because I'm seeing, I think her name was Lucy from Chronicles of Narnia. She had a special relationship with Aslan. You have a special relationship with your ancestors. That's what they're telling me. So you that your ancestors tell you things. They give you a lot of insight into like the world, life, sacred knowledge. And you have to have that sacred knowledge. It's like because that knowledge wasn't passed down to you, or they weren't able to give it to you in life, your ancestors in the spirit realm are giving it to you through the death realm, because they were always going to give it to you, but you were only going to be able to access it by connecting to your foresight, your intuition. And so all of the, I heard grimoires, all of the messages, generation after generation, has been kept secret for you. You have a lot of people that are always watching you. A lot of people can't access the sacred law or the sacred knowledge. I'm hearing Merlin. So you come from a long ancestry of magicians, sorcerers, shamans, witches, whatever they've been known for over centuries. You have the eye. I'm hearing eye of Horus. You have the eye of every ancestor that have come before you, and they show up for you like a murder of crows. So you were born in like the toughest situations, toughest circumstances, but you were put there because in those tough circumstances, that's how you would unlock the sacred knowledge that is in your DNA. That's why you agree to incarnate under those conditions, harsh conditions. So your vision is about to expand. something to do with connections. You're about to connect over different frequencies and different wavelengths all over the world. So your ancestors want you to know that you've been shown some type of vision, or you've had some type of prophecy, premonition, where you were shown a world, a new world, a new order. And it threatens the prior paradigm. Okay? But in this new reality, you're meant to expand and have your voice. Whatever it is that you do with communications, you're meant to have your voice heard all over the world. And you're meant to reach beyond borders. Okay? That's what they're saying. So when they talk to you, it's encrypted. When they talk to you, it's in parables. It's like, you understand the language that your ancestors communicate to you in, because it's spoken to you in a language that no one else can decode except for you. Which means that if anyone wants that sacred knowledge, they have to come to you. I'm picking up on Atlanteans, sentient beings. Okay, I just had a vision. Something about when Atlanteans experienced the descent of technology and intelligence. They uploaded your intelligence into the matrix, into the simulation. And one day one day we prophesied, or it was always written that you would incarnate. But instead of incarnating outside of the planet, you would incarnate in the planet. And you would be the rightful heir to the planet. But you're really ancient. And so you stored your data and your knowledge inside of itself. Only you can unlock it. And you created a series of events and trials that you would have to overcome in order to consider yourself like worthy. But it's not under the terms of like society or what other people think about you. It's under the terms of how you perceive yourself. It's something to do with all about the vision. Something to do with your vision. So I'm noticing like every card, eyes are open, eyes are open, eyes are closed, eyes are closed. So you're meant, every day you wake up and go to sleep, you have an activation. Okay. The less that you know, and yet you're still able to, something about the less that you know, but yet you're still able to pass the test, forces you to unlock your muscle memory. And when you unlock your muscle memory, that's when you're truly flying. That's when you're truly soaring. Because the answer isn't in you knowing everything, seeing everything. It's in your senses, your sixth sense, your ability to feel. Instincts. I'm also hearing like instincts, primal instincts, or something like that. So you were born divergent, but disguised as, it's like you were disguised as it's giving like monk or nun. Okay, when I also see like empath narcissist dynamic here. And so for a period of time, your oppressors would believe that they have control over you and that they have you right where they want you. And then when you decide that you had enough, it's like you would be in activation mode, and now all of a sudden you over here like the fifth element, knowing karate and you never went to school for it. Stuff like that. Okay, get ready to have your mind blown is what I'm hearing. Your ancestors are saying, get ready to have your mind blown. You are about to reach heights you never thought that you were capable of. There's no ceiling for you. There's no cap. There isn't. And it's like, for those of you that trust it, but you're like, I don't know. I trust my ancestors, but I don't know what you mean by that. It's like, buckle the fuck up, okay? Because your ancestors are not playing about you. Your ancestors have, it's like you are your own ancestor. Your intelligence. It's like you uploaded yourself into the simulation as like an algorithm or an intelligence that only you can communicate with, which made you everlasting. And so you are telling your human self, your fleshly self, to buckle up. I haven't shown you anything yet. Oh my God. And look, it's like when you see where you're going, you're gonna be so, it's gonna feel so good. It's like omnipotent energy, omnipresent, omnipotent. But in order to access this aspect of yourself, you had to learn how to trust yourself. Trust yourself so no one can weaponize you against yourself. Dang. So going forward, you must trust yourself at all times. Trust your judgment. This is why you had to be humbled and be checked so many times, so you wouldn't be a tyrant, or you wouldn't be the type of ruler that would. So you had to mature and evolve and have emotional intelligence in order for you to stand as some type of visionary. I feel like you're more than a leader, you're a visionary. Wise beyond your years. Very, very, very. I'm telling you. For those of you that have an estranged relationship with your mother, okay, I'm talking about the type of relationship where your mother gave birth to you, but on some level always felt as if you were taking their place. And that's because you were always destined to take your mother's place. But she supposed to like bow down and allow you to have it, and there'd be no strife. But one of the greatest sacrifices is for your mother to like be your greatest enemy, so that way you can you can know your own strength. So instead of you being trained by outsiders, you're being trained by your own. Who else better to teach you emotional intelligence and maturity than your very own mother, the person that gave birth to you? So your mother has been teaching you how to transmute experiences and raise your perspective around what you go through. When life throws you lemons, you alchemize it. That's the power of a crone. Okay. When a situation happens, you don't run from it. You take it all in, and you allow it to have this metamorphosis over yourself. So you're growing at a rapid rate, is what I'm hearing. That's why you're growing at a rapid rate. You're about to be like, it feels like sworn in, earn your stripes, fly like an eagle into the future. RX, you healed your mother wound. Something about you healing your mother wound prepares you for this position of leadership. Told you, sorceress, sorcerer, whatever you are, you're accessing your own power and your ability, manifestation, your own power and ability to see your visions into fruition, to not just be what's happening to someone, but to be the person that dictates what happens. It's like so much power in your hands. You had to make sure that you were even worthy. Your higher self had to make sure that you were worthy and ready to receive it. Okay, to check your own intentions. Before you can confront the intentions of other I said Hebrews, but I meant to say other people, but I said Hebrews. Before you can check the intentions of other people, you had to check your own. Why do you want this position? What's the purpose? Is it for yourself? Or is it for a higher purpose? What is your higher purpose? What is your cause? I feel like you are now being initiated to fulfill your purpose and fulfill your calling. And some of you guys, the calling is to just be a mother, or be a father, or to play that role to the best of your ability. Others of you, it's to do both. Do something feminine and masculine that shows that you are multiduplicated and you are more than just one gender. And so it's definitely a journey that's not for the weak or faint of heart. You must trust yourself and your judgment and your discernment above all else. Okay. So in your ability to judging the character of the world, every person that encounters you, every person that come across you, you are the determining factor. You guys are the determining factor of who makes it into the new paradigm, into the new world. And so you had to go through a series of events where you had to check your own characteristics and identify your strengths, your weaknesses, your pros and your cons. So when you encounter people in the world, they won't be able to snake you. This is the year of the snake. So something about manipulation and the Page of Wands. So of course, people are going to try to skip phases and get somewhere quick. Maybe they may try to disguise themselves as being divine, a divine child. And you're meant to pretty much only give. It's like you're the place where people go where they try to disguise themselves as being ready. But when you close your eyes, you see them for their soul. And if their soul is being controlled by someone else, if they're enigma, is being possessed by someone else, and they do not have full control over themselves, and they are a slave to the oppression of work, relationships, lack, whatever it is. You are the one that determines if that once divine child makes it to the new paradigm. Yes, they will live out their days, but if they've lost their soul, they lost themselves, and they're in the sea of forgetfulness. And so it's not an easy job, because with the Eight of Cups, you may have to constantly emotionally detach, right? And sometimes as an empath, when you see someone that's lost, you want to stick around and help them longer than their expiration date. But you're not supposed to use your sorceress powers to be a savior or a rescuer. You're here just to observe, collect data, and to determine if someone's ready or not. And when someone isn't ready, you continue to walk away. Anytime you walk away, that's a denial. So you had to learn how not to be afraid of walking away with no closure to the other person. You see what I'm saying? See the truth for what it is, and either approve them or deny them access to you, because you're not supposed to allow your divinity, your inner child, your divine child energy to be utilized as a weapon, which means you would encounter a lot of people that want to turn you into their project. So going forward, your ancestors are saying, this is why teaching you self-love was so important. This is why you forgiving those that have done things to you, and the disappointments of family, friends, relationships, community, whatever, was all a part of your growth and evolution. So let's get your confirmations of your own intuition. Okay. What do we have here? So we have flowers, happiness. We also have ant, work, achievement, success. It's a lot of birds here. We have key, successful outcome to your problems. Wow. We have throne, position of authority. Y'all, I promise you, I'm literally like just going through the bag and just grabbing. Pay attention to your health. Okay, so your body is always going to tell you when someone is corrupt, even if your mind, even if they access you through your mind, communications, and you feel unsure, even if your heart feels unsure, your body keeps the score. Okay, anytime I see Cain, this is pretty much saying you have had to, you've become a master in the characteristics of Cain versus Abel. Those that are in a Cain spirit, a Cain characteristic, they are those that will give you the least because they want the most. They will give you the bare minimum because they want the glory. And then they'll turn around and kill you if that means that they lost to you. So you guys deal with deep-rooted envy and jealousy that goes way back to Cain and Abel. And that's why it came out earlier that you guys, you take on the characteristics of being, I am able, and I'm willing to do what's necessary for my highest and greatest good. And that's always a threat. You don't get these type of cards pulled out of a bag. This is a direct message that you will receive your flowers. You will be successful in work and anything that you would choose, attempt to achieve. Study the animal, the characters of being like the ant. Okay, you're gonna have a community like the ant. And you will get your position back. I'm hearing back for some of you. You're going to be in a position of authority, and pay attention to your body, because you're going to meet a lot of people along the way that wants to be allies with you. For some of you, they want to overthrow you on your throne. Others of you, they want to sit next to you at the throne so they can get a piece of you. So going forward, these are big boss moves that you about to be making, honey. So let's see who's showing up for you. Your pillars of protection, your order, your ancestor order. Who's showing up for you? Dissipating. So you have a ancestor that is very old in age. This ancestor comes off like a grandparent, someone that, like, they were willing to do the things that nobody else wanted to do. Nobody wants to cook. Nobody wants to clean. Nobody wants to take care of the things that they feel like are simple. It's like they want the big, grand purpose in life, right? That keeps them away from cooking, cleaning, maintaining a home, putting the pictures on the wall. It's not just maintaining a home. It's not maintaining the house. It's creating a home. You had a ancestor that created a home and was willing to do what nobody wanted to do. And they spent a lot of time alone. And to other people, they felt like they were tricking that person and getting them to do all the things they didn't feel like doing. But really, the wise person in the situation was your ancestor. That it's like, I already know that you think that you're getting one over on me, but who has the last laugh when I'm watching you try to figure me out? Meanwhile, I got exactly what I wanted out of you, which is a house, which is finances, and everything that you do. You think I don't know, but I know everything. And so right from the comfort of her home, she was well taken care of, and she knew all the dirt and all the secrets, and she got to kick her feet up, and she outlived the masculines as well in her period of time. Like, she outlived them. And it was bittersweet because it was a sacrifice of, like, biting your tongue, not being able to say what you wanted to say, keeping it to yourself. So this ancestor is giving you the willpower, channeling the willpower into you to say what they've always wanted to say but never could say, because they came for a period of time where they had to bite their tongue and mind their manners and be demure. And so this ancestor is showing up for you like, speak, baby. Say what you got to say. Bird, 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 bird. Tell it all. You got all my secrets. I made sure that I left all of it in the Akashic. You got the key to that vault. Tell all the shit, okay? This is also someone that was very quiet. And so very powerful people that were taking advantage of the less fortunate. She knew it all. And they thought that she was just a mute or someone. Oh, don't worry about her. She's not going to tell anyone. And you're right. She didn't tell anyone. But she recorded it in her ancestry. And you have access to it. And so it was a bittersweet. It's like I kept quiet. I didn't pursue anything, so you can soar, so you can fly. Damn. Okay, let's see who else is showing up for you. Like they're saying, I always knew you were the one that was gonna get it done. Whoa, you have Stargazer, and that's so crazy that it's coming up right above Sorceress. We have Stargazer, set your sights high. So you have someone, you have an ancestor that is saying, I want to show you the future. I want to give you a vision. I want you to see what's going to happen. I want to share that with you. And I want you to see that every time you limit yourself, there's an even higher ceiling to shatter. There's an even higher tax bracket to debunk. Okay? Telescope. I'm going to show you the future. Things that no one else can know or see. And the bottom of the deck, we have shift your perception. Okay, so every time you go through something, this ancestor comes through that gives you source codes or light codes that activates inside of you, that helps you break the code, crack the code, decode the riddle. And once you have that insight, you're able to then shift your perception and fly higher than your circumstances. And every single time it comes up like, aha, I got the key. I got the key to it. Okay. Dang. And when you astral travel, meditate, you're always protected. Like you're cloaked with a shield of invisibility. Oh my goodness. Some of you guys may be taking care of like a mother or someone that's like elderly or something as well. For some of you, they haven't become an ancestor, but they're about to. And so their spiritual body has been communicating with you in the astral realm. Especially if like they were you know, like not able to talk or anything anymore. They're very much conscious. Let's get one more. Who's showing up for you? Remember who you are. Okay, culture, resilience, beliefs. So there's something about you have an ancestor that's coming through, connected to your culture, your religion, your beliefs, your roots. So you have one on all levels. You have one ancestor that either has or hasn't crossed over yet. You have a star being that's showing up for you. And then you have ancient ancestors that were a part of secret orders and communities and initiatives, religions, groups. So you have like, they're showing up for you on all fronts. Bottom of the deck, shine brightly, stand out, be proud, individuality. And so it's like seeing your culture, your heritage as not a way to fit in and try to be of light and strip yourself from those things, but to lean into it and to say, you know, yes, I am possessed with the Holy Spirit of this. Yes, my ancestors speak through me. Yes, I am bold. I wear my colors proudly. For you to be able to know you have that community, you know that it's within you and it's not something that you have to find, and it supersedes how many generations back or how many generations forward going forward. So this team that you have ancestrally is going to take you to new heights. All right. But these are all the messages that I am receiving for you at this time. May you receive only the messages that are meant for you and leave the rest for someone else. Until next time. Bye.